With just 49 days until Election Day, what is the best way to look at polls and see how they capture likely voters? We're joined now by CBS News Executive Director of Elections and Surveys, Anthony Salvanto. Anthony, good to see you. You know, we talk a lot about turnout and polls, so what should people watch for when they see polls?
Hey there, Nicole. Right, as those ballots you mentioned start going out, and then eventually the early voting will start taking place, in-person early voting. People start returning those mail ballots. The registered voters we sometimes talk about in polls will become likely voters, which we always talk about in polls, and then they will become voters. And that process is going to work out this way. First of all, note this: 2/3 of people who are eligible to vote usually vote in a presidential election. That was actually the most recent high watermark in 2020. So right away, you see, not everyone is going to turn out. And then take a look at this. When you start to see polls that look at registered voters who will say that they definitely vote, those numbers have been approaching and hitting about 90%. So in that sense, it's most registered voters, but it's not everyone. So take a look at an example. I'm going to jump ahead to this and show you, if you just ask registered voters, how likely are you to vote? You will find, as we do here, that a large number of them say they definitely will. A poll will incorporate that by looking at how many people who've said that they were definitely going to vote in the past have in fact voted. You can return and talk to them after an election. You can look on the voter file and match them up from public information. All of that, let's suppose, and I'll just use this as an example, but it's close to the way it is. Let's suppose that 95% of people who've said in the past that they'll definitely vote actually do. That person, all else equal, will get a likely voter weight in the poll that represents 95%. And then we'll incorporate voter history and other factors. Takeaway is this, Nicole: you start to see polls that have likely voters, which they should now, and know that differences in polls may be from how those pollsters modeled the likely electorate. And that's a fancy way of saying it all comes back down to turnout.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting a crash course on polling right now, but just to drill down on this a little deeper, you know, how is this going to change as people start voting early and absentee?
Well, number one, you can see, and many states report in real time, when votes have come back. You don't see them counted, but if a voter has returned a mail ballot, has voted early in person, that person, when they subsequently take a poll, will be given, sort of credit for that, if you will, and they will be a voter. Know this, too, as these ballots start going out. Most of the nation will have voted by the time we get to Election Day. You got 46% last time that voted by mail, might be around that again. You get another quarter who are going to vote early in person. When we get to that quote-unquote Election Day on November 4th, most of the ballots that are going to be cast in this election will already be there waiting to be counted. Nicole.
All right, Anthony Salvanto, thank you so much.